Hey YouTube, this is PrimetimePokemon. In this video, I'll be reviewing and then giving away the Unseen Depths theme deck. This is one of two theme decks from the Cosmic Eclipse expansion. This is a water type deck that is based around Kyogre. So majority of this video I will be reviewing this deck, and then at the end, as well as in the description of this video, I'll be stating the rules to entry. Later this month, or early in December, I'll also be reviewing the other theme deck from Cosmic Eclipse, the Towering Heights theme deck. That is a fighting type deck based around Groudon. Theme decks like this are normally $12.99 in stores. I actually bought both theme decks from Cosmic Eclipse from Collector's Cash for $19.99. Before I get into reviewing this specific theme deck, I'll show the items inside the box. First up would be the 2-player playmat and rule sheet, the damage counters, burn and poison marker, as well as the GX marker, the quick guide for this theme deck, the card checklist for Cosmic Eclipse, the deck box, which can hold all 60 cards, the Pokemon coin of Kyogre, blue and black in color, the online TCG code card, and I'll send this to the winner of the giveaway, and then the special holo of Kyogre. This is one of the 60 cards needed for the theme deck. So into the actual review of the theme deck. On the back of the box you can see the strategy as well as what you'll find in the box and the deck list. It says, dive deep and strike from below. Call the swirling waves with Kyogre, a legendary Pokemon of the ocean. Use Empoleon's powerful recall to strike from the sea and spin opponents around with Phione's whirlpool suction. Command the surf and roll on to victory with the Unseen Depths theme deck. On the screen now you can see the deck list broken down a little bit more than on the back of the box. 23 total Pokemon, 17 trainer cards, and 20 energy. And I always mention this in all of my theme deck reviews. If you're trying to build a more competitive deck, you're going to want to include a lot more trainer cards and then fewer Pokemon as well as energy. But some very good supporter cards here in Cynthia and Lillie. Tate Liza is also not bad. So on to the Pokemon first. Like I mentioned, 23 total. I'll start with the featured Pokemon in the deck in Kyogre. 2 copies of this card. It is a basic evolution Pokemon, 130 HP. It is a water type Pokemon. 2 attacks, High Water, which for 1 colorless energy says attach 2 water energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, and Swirling Waves, which requires 4 energy cards and does 130 damage. However, you must discard an energy from this Pokemon after attacking. Next up would be a 3-3-2 line of Piplup, Prinplup, and Empoleon. All of these cards are from Cosmic Eclipse. So the basic form of Empoleon and Piplup, 60 for the HP, a solid HP. Only 1 attack, Bubble Hold, that does require 3 water energy, but it does do 80 damage. If the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it can attack during your opponent's next turn. This is a pretty good attack because a lot of Tag Team GX and GX Pokemon out there are basic Pokemon. Stage 1 evolution, Prinplup, 80 for the HP, so a little bit lower. Water Drip and Direct Dive, the 2 attacks. Water Drip does 20 damage for 1 water energy, and for 3 water energy, Direct Dive says discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 100 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then the Stage 2 evolution form, Empoleon, a very good HP of 160, 2 attacks that require colorless energy. Recall says choose an attack from one of this Pokemon's previous evolutions and use it as this attack. And both Bubble Hold and Direct Dive are good attacks on Piplup and Prinplup, so you only need 1 energy to use either of those 2 moves. And then Aqua Fall does 130 damage for 2 colorless energy, but you must discard all energy from this Pokemon. A 3-2 line of Psyduck and Golduck would be next. Both of these cards are from Cosmic Eclipse. 60 for the HP, so similar to Piplup. 2 attacks, Scratch and Confusion Wave. Scratch does 10 damage, and Confusion Wave does 20 damage. And it says both active Pokemon are now confused. Golduck, a Stage 1 evolution, an above average HP of 110. 2 attacks, Scratch, which does 30 damage for 1 energy, and Energy Loop, which does 80 damage for 2 energy cards. And it says, put an energy attached to this Pokemon into your hand. Next up would be 2 copies of this Pyukumuku from Unbroken Bonds. 70 for the HP, 2 attacks, Call for Family, and Surprise Fist. Call for Family says, search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. And Surprise Fist, for 3 energy cards, does 60 damage, plus you and your opponents play rock, paper, scissors. If you win, this attack does 60 more damage. So 120 damage for 3 energy cards isn't too bad. I like Call for Family pretty well, especially if you can get Pyukumuku into the active Pokemon spot to start the game. The final Pokemon line in this deck would be a 3-2 line of Aipom and Ambipom. A solid HP for Aipom, 60. 1 attack, Tail Smack, which does 20 damage for 2 energy cards. Its ability, Scampering Tail, says, once during your turn, you may put the top card of your opponent's deck on the bottom of their deck without looking at it. The Stage 1 evolution, Ambipom, a little bit above average HP of 100, 2 attacks, Nice Catch, allows you to draw 2 cards for 1 colorless energy, and then Bye Throw does 60 damage times the number of cards you discard from your hand. You can discard up to 2, and this requires 2 energy cards. So there's a look at all the Pokemon in this theme deck. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. There are lots of powerful attackers, and something to note as well, outside of Kyogre, most of these Pokemon have a 1 colorless energy retreat cost, so it is pretty easy to retreat those Pokemon and get something else into play. I really like Empoleon and how it can not only use its own attacks, but then get attacks off of Piplup and Prinplup. Phione is very good for its ability. Pyukumuku, a great way to get your bench set up and start evolving Piplup into Empoleon. And then something like Ambipom that I just showed, doing 120 damage for 2 energy cards is pretty good for a theme deck. So overall, pretty impressed by this theme deck so far. Next up would be the trainer cards. This theme deck has 17 total trainer cards, 12 supporters, and then 4 item cards and 1 stadium card. Every single supporter in this set there's 2 copies of. Some very good ones like Cynthia from Ultra Prism. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. How allows you to draw 3 cards. Lillie, it says to draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. If it's your first turn, draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand. This is the supporter to use turn 1. Pokemon Fan Club, search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So another good way to start getting your bench set up because there are lots of evolution Pokemon in this deck. Roller Skater, which is new to Cosmic Eclipse, says discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. If you discard an energy card in this way, draw 2 more cards. And there are some more competitive decks out there where you do want to discard energy so that you can accelerate that energy back into play. Roller Skater would be an excellent supporter to use in decks like that. And the final supporter, Tate Liza, 2 options on this card. You can either shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards, or switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Next up would be the item and stadium cards. 2 copies of Pokemon Communication. Reveal a Pokemon from your hand and put it into your deck. If you do, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So this is very useful even in more competitive decks. Just exchanging a Pokemon that you don't want for something that you do want from your deck. Switch, and always useful. item card allows you to retreat a Pokemon for free. Kyogre does have a 3 colorless energy retreat cost. And the final trainer card would be Viridian Forest, a stadium card. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard a card from their hand. If they do, that player searches their deck for a basic energy card, reveals it, and puts it into their hand. Then that player shuffles their deck. So another good way to get energy into your hand. There are some attacks in this deck that make you discard an energy after attacking. Viridian Forest will make it so that you always have energy in your hand. So after taking a look at the trainer cards now, all that's left would be the energy cards. 20 total, 18 water energy, and then 2 special energy in draw energy. This card provides 1 colorless energy. When you attach this card from your hand to a Pokemon, draw a card. Now before I say my entire opinion on this deck, I do want to let everyone know that water type Pokemon are my favorite. So that is my favorite type of all of the energy types in the TCG. I think this deck is slightly above average. I would give it a 4 out of 5 rating. It isn't the best deck out there, but it is pretty decent, and I do like the fact that you can fire off lots of powerful attacks as far as theme decks go. So if you are a fan of water type Pokemon or just looking to get into the TCG, this is a theme deck that I would recommend. So on to the giveaway portion of this video. All you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and then in the comment section of this video, state that you'd like to enter the giveaway, and then let me know which Pokemon type in the TCG is your favorite. Like I mentioned, mine would be water type Pokemon. At the end of November, I will be using a random number generator on the comment section of this video to select a winner. And for complete rules to entry, please see the description of this video. So that will conclude this video. Thanks everyone for watching. As always, before you go, make sure to check out all the links in the description of this video, including links to my blog, Facebook, and Twitter pages. So thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.